Welcome back. After a delicious lunch and the melodious live music, let us now get ready for the Secretary and Club Committee's training sessions.
And we have 3 sessions out here. And we have our session chair, very own Dilip Patnaik ji.
And the 3 keynote speakers are District Trainer Designate Kumar Mohanty, DGN Jayashree Mohanty, and District Trainer Gupta. We welcome them to the dais.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome past Governor Dilip Patnaik and request him to deliver the opening remarks for the session.
Friends, as you know, the District Assembly is District Training Assembly. Earlier it was called District Assembly, but now it is District Training Assembly. Is generally made for train the club level presidents, secretaries-elect, and the club officers, incoming club officers. And today we have this Governor, DGE, Prabhu had already done a president-elect training seminar earlier. So today during this District Training Assembly, we will be doing the Secretary-elect training seminar, as well as we will be clubbing them with the club officers. There are certain club officers, the board of directors, what should be their role. Individual role may not be there. In general, what should be told to them and how they should behave. That is what we are going to do it now. But to start with, I will call upon the District Trainer for 2022 and 23, past President Gupta, to kindly come on the dais, and he will be sharing and discussing about the club committees. As you know, friends, the club, besides the board of directors, have certain committees, statutory committees as laid down by the Rotary International. Plus, there are many changes also from time to time over the type of committees. Earlier, we used to form committees as per the avenues of service: club service, vocational, community, international, and youth. But now, Rotary has changed the system to certain strategic or focused areas like membership, service project, the Rotary Foundation, club administration, and public relations. And the COL, Council on Legislation, which is going to start from tomorrow, online as well as in virtual mode, as well as in physical mode in Chicago. They are going to deliberate the present system of committee structure to be adopted by the COL so that it becomes an enactment.
Thank you. Now please welcome our learned District Trainer 2022-23, past President Rotarian Gupta, and request him to address on topic club committees.
Can anyone tell me one name, one of the names for the 5 standing committees? Club administration, great. Number 2, membership, good. No, something else, it's not club services only, something else. Service projects, right? What else? Public image and not PRF, it's the foundation committee. Membership has already been said, sir. So 5 standing committees which they have done. Why did they do this? Let us go into a bit of history. How are the Rotary clubs governed? We are governed by standard club constitution, and it is only amended by the COL, or the Council on Legislation, which meets every 3 years. In fact, they are meeting right now, and our PDG Ravi Bhai will be, I think, he'll be voting online. So you see the beauty of it, he'll be voting online on a lot of resolutions which have been there, and then once they get passed, then we have the enactments and the legislation. So the manual of procedure incorporates the the council amendments, and we have our own bylaws which are recommended by RI. So what happens now? Do we need a new strategic plan? इतने सालों से हम planning कर रहे हैं. Planning में हुआ क्या? कुछ तो निकला होगा. So you can see a lot of Rotarians out there scratching their heads. तो हमने क्या किया, इनके सबके मुंह के थोड़ा थोड़ा हटा दिया, नहीं तो समझ में आता कि प्रभु है ऐसे कर रहा है, हमारे भाई लोग और भी आए हुए हैं वो भी ऐसे कर रहे हैं. इसमें कई रोटेरियंस ऐसे थे, काफ़ी पीडीजीज थे. इन लोगों ने सोचा कि हम करें तो क्या करें. Why do we need a plan? So they needed a strategic plan, and what did they do with that? You see, to be a vibrant and an effective club, we need to take certain changes we need to make, which was already there in Rotary, but it was not highlighted. So what happened? Avenues of service. We have 5 avenues of service. Club, vocational, community, international, and youth. Then what happened? To focus more on these 5 avenues of service and to focus on the intricacies of what these avenues offer to us, they made under the strategic planning and the new action plan. They wanted to do it, and this happened I think 2013, sir? 2013 COL. So 2013 COL, they went ahead and had these club committee recommended structures. Now you can have club administration, as you said, membership, public image, service projects, and Rotary Foundation. How many clubs, be truthful, how many clubs follow this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And how many clubs still continuing with avenues of service director? Director club service, director so and so, director so. You have raised your hand twice. So you have directors for club service and you have chairs for these committees. You have both. And how many members are there in your club, sir? 25. 65. It's a bigger club. Okay, so bigger clubs can have that, but that is not limiting you to these committees. These are mandatory committees which you are supposed to have, but you are not limited to them. You may have other committees also. जैसे आप लोग RILM teach के लिए करना चाहते हैं कोई particular committee, so you can have it. Now that committee can also be fitted in one of these. Can you see them? If you have something on them, where can you fit them? If you have a teach, say, it goes under service projects. So you can have it there also. But if you are a bigger club and you want to have more people working together and working in a better coordinated manner, तो ये 5टा आपको को निहाती कमिटीज का दरकार अछि आपको क्लब रे करिवा को जे भी क्लब वाला करू नांती एटा काइंडली करंतु. Please change your bylaws, because without changing your bylaws, this will not be reflected in your bylaws. Your bylaws will be reflecting the old avenues of service directors only. And these people will not be officially in the board. So if you want them officially, change it in your bylaws. Right? So what do you do as a club committee member? Any one of you who is a club committee member, आपका क्या काम है as a chair or as a club committee member? What you do? So what you do is you oversee the committee functions, convene regular committee meetings and activities, supervise and coordinate committee work, and report activities to the club board. How do you do that? Oversee committee functions. Oversee committee functions is not for the club or the committee member, it is for the committee chair. Now if you have a committee chair on service projects, so if a particular chair is of service projects, his entire role is to see what the committee should be there. And committee में होने के बाद में आपने 4 प्रोजेक्ट सोचा है. अब 4 प्रोजेक्ट के आपका बजट तो बनेगा. बजट में कितना खर्चा होना है, पैसे आप कहाँ से लाएंगे, ये आप किससे बात करेंगे? Whom do you talk to this? Suchitra, if you are a committee chair, whom will you talk to? The president of the club, absolutely, or the board of directors, whoever you go with, or you can also put it to the avenues of service, the club service chair or the director of service. So you can put this, and then you have to have regular committee meetings, evaluate, modify, keep moving about, supervise the committee's work and report activities. SWOT analysis. ये हम थक गए हैं बोल बोल के आप लोग को हेल्दी क्लब एनालिसिस करना, हेल्दी क्लब चेकअप प्लान, मेंबरशिप satisfaction survey. This we have been saying since the last one year. How many of you have actually done a membership satisfaction survey in your club? No one. So do you know whether your members are happy? And why are they unhappy? If they are not happy, why are they unhappy? And this is the cause of problems in retention, because we don't address the members' causes and the problems which they have. So you have to have, for a healthy, vibrant club. Kumar will be telling more on the vibrant club part. So you have to have these. You have to tell them about the Rotary opportunities. You have to work with other committees. You have to have financial management, and then you have to work through the avenues of focus in all the RI, avenues of service through the 7 areas of focus. One very important thing is here, the resources. Who are the resources for club committees? As a club committee chair or a member, whom do you look to understand more about the committee functions for you? Whom will you approach? Bataiye. You will approach the members, definitely. Who else? If you want some resources on it. Members include everyone. Means within the club. He's talking about within the club. Outside the club, kaun hai? AG, the assistant governor. Who else? Zonal chairs. Absolutely right, which Prabhu has made this time. Zonal chairs. Who else? The district governor, the district cabinet or the district committees which are there, and most importantly, which we always forget, is learning center. You can get lot of resources in learning center, in my Rotary, bol ke wapas again, and I think there is a bit of competition going on in our district. Who's the number one apart from Murli? Murli is always number one. Who's number two now? Who's come? Matru Datta Das has come to number one. Means he's overtaken Murli also. He's in the top 10 in the world. Oh, wonderful guy, and then it's top 10 in the world. It's continued to be from 3 to 6 to. Murli was at number 9, and now he says Matru Datta has come up. So we should, in fact, Matru Datta is not here. And apart from that, I think Aarti ma'am, Suchitra, and a lot of other ladies and a lot of other friends are here. Who all are in learning center? How many courses done? सत्यम, देखो तुम्हारा जोनल में तो कुछ नहीं हो रहा है, कराओ यार. Learning center, sir, Korandu, learning will become a difficult proposition for you all. We don't want you all to be, asking us all the time. You can be self-sufficient. So have these resources and go ahead with this thing. Our action plan, new action plan, what does it say? Increase our impact, expand our reach, enhance participant management engagement, increase our ability to adapt. Impact, expand, engage, adapt. 4 important words which are there, and these 4 important words are the entire action plan. And this, my friends, you have to work as committee chairs or committee members to go about getting the best for your committees, making your club an effective and vibrant club. Thank you so much. That is all. Take a fresh approach, creating meaningful club experience. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, past President Rotarian Harsh Gupta ji.
To be very frank, now something has been put into your mind. You may go to the Rotary site and look for this. Please look for Rotary's action plan. Now Rotary believes only now in action. So this action plan which he has stated at the last, that has got 4 aspects. Club whatever work you are doing, any project or anything, you must look into the 4 aspects. The first is impact. How much increase your impact? এটা কেতে জনকু ইম্প্যাক্ট করুছি। The second is your reach. You have to expand your reach. যদি যাহা করুছি করছি তারও আহুরি basically how we can reach. The third is engagement. How you can increase the engagement of the club as well as of the beneficiaries. There should be a larger part of the engagement. And the fourth, that the plan should have the ability to adapt. ADOPT, not OPT, APT. Adapt. How we are adapting those changes, and we have to do that. Like just like now, we had COVID. We are never familiar with this virtual type of meeting or online meetings and the formats. But the COVID made us adapt to the situation of doing online or meetings and virtual meetings. So these four aspects you have to look into. Thank you, Hers.
Ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome District Governor nominee Jayashree Mohanty and request her to address the gathering on roles and responsibilities of Club Secretary.
Ladies and gentlemen, but here what I can see the people who are sitting, I want all of you to give yourself a big round of applause because you are interested in training. Or your beautiful interest in training. So today I have been given a very nice but a very effective topic on the role and responsibilities of the secretaries. It's definitely go in for having a sense, but usually it is the pets and the president who gets everything. But then we see there's this one fine gentleman or a lady who's always accompanied with the president and who's always with him or her to augment any activities that he takes up. He takes down the notes, he puts down the details, he's there to run around if the things is not happening in the club. So everything you'll see, you'll immediately spot it out, yes, that person is the secretary of the club. So here, today when we stand here in Prashikshan, which is at Varanasi, one of the finest place, a very pious place in India, we think about that beautiful or that lovely gentleman or woman who is going to be the secretary this year, Rotary year 22-23. Please give a big round of applause for the secretaries. So ladies and gentlemen, here I'll just very quickly enumerate to you the roles of the club secretary, and you all know what is the theme is. You have the theme as Imagine Rotary. So what does the secretary gives us? What does the secretary gives us a thing? Why do we need to think about the roles of the secretary of the club? So here, ladies and gentlemen, there's a very beautiful aspect about it. I say the moment you see the secretary coming in, you think secretary is here to protect the present and become the future. Because he is the future leadership who's going to come up and again going to be a president of your club too. So what the secretary would do is definitely with the Rotary International values in the core, we have all the reportings done by him. He motivates and inspires and keep track of the people who wants to contribute to the foundation. So he keeps on looking at that. All the community service project, all the documentation detailed part of it is handled by the secretary. And the first and the foremost is a positive image, public image. How did that happen? You say, whenever I come across a hall like this, when I see the club leaders being here, I immediately ask, okay, there is President Chacha sitting. So is her secretary sitting next to her? Yes or no? Yes. Secretary 2018-19, Rosie Dutt is sitting just next to her. That means they are an impeccable jodi, the president and the secretary, who are wanting to create an excellent positive image for the club. So you must remember, every secretary needs to sit next to his or her president and discuss things, all the details, with the parlance of doing very excellently well for the club. So now we'll just see quickly look out the things that the secretary need to do. That Rotary International mandate for the club secretary. It says, it shall be the duty of the secretary to keep membership records, record the attendance at the meetings, send out notices of the club, board, committee meetings, preserve the minute of the meetings, report to the Rotary International, semi-annual dues of 1st of July and 1st of January and 1st of July both need to be coordinated and represented by him. He should report all changes in the membership. He should see that all the Rotary news and the other subscription of the magazines of the club reaches to the right members, and he should report monthly attendance of the club meeting to be sent to the district governor. Very clear and very neat thing. If the secretary look at it, he'll easily be able to confer to his roles and responsibilities. Task expected. Please look at it. It look like it's just 8-10 pointers, but this will make your life very easy. You maintain and update the club weekly attendance and membership record, keeping in touch with membership and classification committee of your club. You submit to the board the name of a prospective member proposed by an active member of the club. You notify the proposer of the decision of the club on the new member proposed. You communicate with treasurers on meal charges, makeup credits, etc. That means anybody who's coming on to you from outside also to attend your club, you must maintain a record. You maintain the minute of meetings and archive all club records for early access. Help your club members register for events for both club and district level functions. Very important, because this year after this assembly, you are going to have a series of seminars. At least 12 seminars, your public image seminar, your TRF seminar, your peace seminar, and so on and so forth. In all, you must see that your club avenue of service directors must attend these meetings. So it is very important for the secretary to be able to give the proper information to the club so they are able to educate themselves and then contribute to the activities of the club. Do anything else your club asks of you. So since you have stood by the president, and the president many a times places all his confidence onto you and makes you the secretary, he expects you his support. So anything that has been required for you, please do it. And all of these tasks and more easily can be done using the online district and club database. And yes, that can be done very easily, because if you do it systematically, it will be done in less time and you will have no stress. What do we achieve if a secretary is very, very competent and is able to sit with the president and do all the things? All of these that the club wishes to achieve. So definitely our friends say professional development, personal growth, leadership development, better community citizen, continuous learning, public speaking skills, opportunity to serve, and global system prestige. Everything will be maintained. And when we started, when I talked about you, I told you, secretary is one who is the future. That means he is going to climb up the future leadership. Until and unless he cannot be an excellent secretary, how does he aspire to be an excellent leader or a president in the forthcoming years? So those all things will be. Are you all with me when I am speaking this? Are you all inside this? In the hall? Can I see a raise of hands? How many? Thank you so much. So welcome to the world of New Rotary, that is a virtual world, and which keeps another very important aspect, that is the diversity, equity and inclusion. So Rotary is going to cultivate a diverse, equitable and inclusive culture in which people from underrepresented group have greater opportunity to participate as members and leaders. So definitely the secretary has a role, because he has to keep track of all the changes that is happening and have to tell it to the president as well as tell it to all the club members. So that your work and your club activities can run in a big smoother manner. So you can see now in a day, very importantly, women leadership has already been established, visible and vibrant. Let me have a question to you here. Who is the chair of day this year for Rotary year 22-23? Yes, in our district, 3262. Thank you so much, Rekha Madam. Give a big round of applause. I am your chair for diversity, equity and inclusion this year. And as it is in this slide, and I expect all the secretaries to be talking onto it and see that more and more people of diverse culture, race, religion and underrepresented form becomes a part of your club. We're done, Sivana. So naturally, if you will be an effective club, the membership growth will be happening and be sustainable. Each club will do proper engagement, adopt strategy for retention, which is so beautifully inaugurated by District Trainer Harsh. Innovate and think out of box for qualitative growth. We will be more sensitive and acceptable Rotarians. And please remember Paulin's word, he says, whatever Rotary may mean to us, to the world, it will be known by the result it achieves. So whatever results we are going to put it on, we are going to hit it hard and make it happen. So all of you sitting out here for Rotary year 22-23, this is an all the best to you, all the club leaders. Please do a great job, and most particularly the secretaries can all the time reach out to us in case anything they want and anything they want to have more information on. You all know my number and email to reach out, and we expect you to be going in for making so that you are able to achieve your club citation on time. You all must be able to achieve your club citation in time. So just be informed, be inspired and feel empowered. Thank you so much. Grow Rotary and imagine Rotary, just like Jennifer Jones says. Imagine Rotary, how beautiful it can be in the time of DGE Prabhudatta Surti, who has chosen to brought you in here to this assembly, which is in the pious area of Varanasi. Thank you so much.
The role of the president and the secretary in the club is just like a marriage, like a husband and wife. The understanding, I don't say who is the husband and who is the wife, but the understanding should be such that there should not be any misunderstanding between them. They must discuss on each and every problem of the club, personally also. They must plan for the weekly meetings or whatever meetings or projects also jointly. They must share their ideas, share the information they are having. It is just like a husband-wife relations. And please remember, the secretary is the custodian of the club archives. Club re jahan archives achi, property achi, the club secretary is responsible for that, and that's why during the installation, the club secretary hands over the bunch of records along with the key of the almirah or record to the new secretary also. So the club secretary is the archive custodian of all the records. Say some record of the president said, please try to develop that. You will be achieving good results in your club. Thank you, Jayashree, for an excellent deliberation.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome past President Kumar Mohanty as he addresses us on building a vibrant club.
Ladies and gentlemen, friends of Rotary, good afternoon. Before I actually start, I want to make one thing very clear. Training assemblies, conferences where we have a whole host of people coming in and speaking, we don't speak anything new. We speak something that all of us tend to do. But what we tend to look at is in the contemporary period, each one of the secretaries present here, each one of the club leaders present here, how do we make the club more vibrant? That is precisely what we'll be discussing about. Honestly speaking, I'm not going to go for any kind of a GAN session. I would rather talk about the change that we are looking at. If you can just look at this particular slide, it says, I stop chasing. My value attracts everyone and everything I need. This is something that I want all of you to look at. Why do we have to run after people to say, "Ki boss, aaja, join kar lo Rotary"? Why at all? If they are interested, they'll come and join. But to make them interested, we have to do something. We have to move out of a culture that we are in and look at a culture that will attract people. We need to look at our own set of members to ensure there is no attrition. We are saying build a vibrant club. Let me ask you this question. Why do people leave clubs? Why do people leave clubs? More importantly, we have this high sense of ego, a high sense of ego. मेरा उसके साथ पटता नहीं है, मेरा उसके साथ पटता नहीं है, ये क्या है? कल का बंदा मुझे ये बोल दिया, नहीं रहना है क्लब में, तो भैया ज्वाइन क्यों किया फिर रोटरी यार? And this doesn't happen with people who join in first. This happens with people who have been there in the club for a very long period of time. Over a period of time, we start to believe that this club is our own personal property. If you actually look at all the people present here, what are the characteristics of people who join Rotary? We are all professionals. We are all professionals sitting out here. And these attributes that I put in here, in terms of being empathetic, in terms of being compassionate, in terms of being caring, in terms of being innovative, we all of us have this in us. And that is perhaps the reason why we are in Rotary. We all come from different spheres, we all come from different fields, and with a common purpose to serve society. The common objective of joining Rotary for all of us is to serve society. And to serve society, obviously, we need a club which has to be vibrant, a club which follows a particular structure. But is it that that structure remains constant? We talk about change. We say that change is the only constant. So why can't we change ourselves? What I thought of putting up here was a few things which each one of you as club leaders and as club members, and more importantly as fellow Rotarians, definitely would be thinking of. Any president, any secretary, we talk about business analytics, we talk about data analytics these days. Any strategy that we talk about, we need to evaluate. We need to understand what was the membership of our club in the last 5 years. What was the membership of our club in the last 1 year? How many people have moved out? See, ideally the objective is we should not ensure somebody goes out. If so, if some people have moved out, let's understand why. Let's understand the diversity, the male-female ratio in each of the clubs. Let us understand how many members that we have, people who are above 60, above 50, people who are in the range of 25 to 35. So what I'm trying to say here is age is just a number. We are talking about the competency level of each members in these age categories who can come back and contribute a lot. I think both Harsh and Jayashree talked about a SWOT analysis: strength, weakness, opportunities and threats. Like every other organization, like every other company that we work for, there is something that we need to do. We need to understand the strengths, the weaknesses, the opportunities and the threat. And if we were to look at the SWOT analysis of a club, we need to understand, is the club fun? Is it that I go to a club meeting, I enjoy my meetings, I contribute something to the meetings, I hear something from others? It should not be the monotonous process की club meeting Wednesday को है, Thursday को है, Friday को है, मेरे को जाना है, बैठना है, president को बोल, president says meeting is adjourned, either you have a house of friendship or you take your way back home. That becomes monotonous. That will not keep a member to be present in that particular club. That will not make the club vibrant. We need to understand a few things which I thought I would put up here in terms of how active are we now. Many clubs, and I'm sure many of you sitting out here will agree with me, halfway, president and the secretary discuss with you, पैसा नहीं है club में, member से पैसा नहीं दिया, and then somebody says, आपको तो जाना था उससे पैसा लाने के लिए, and the poor president or the secretary doesn't say much, but the members expect the president and the secretary should go from member to member to collect. Why should they? So, one, as I said, evaluating, doing the whole SWOT analysis. I started by this by saying change is the only constant. So if we say, how do I go back? So if there's a changing world, we in Rotary must be prepared to change. We need to change in Rotary. The story of Rotary will have to be written again and again with respect to how things are moving in the ecosystem around us. And when I'm saying, I'm talking about the clubs that each one of us are there. A few things stereotypical, needs to change. We say we need to recruit members. I will put it across as saying that we are not here to recruit members. Or every member who joins us is a professional. Who are we to recruit them? Let's do away with this word recruit. Let's do away with the word recruit and say we need to attract members. And when do I attract members? If my club is vibrant, people will come to me. If they feel that this is a place worth coming to, discussing, doing something for society, they would come. It's more about changing the paradigm from recruitment to attracting members. Some of us somewhere in some clubs have the concept of mandatory attendance. Let's do away with that. Let's engage. People will attend. But when will they attend? If you make it participative. If you engage with the members. You have people from various fields in the club. Somebody a doctor, somebody an engineer. Let's use their competency. Somebody who can be an environmentalist. So many professions are there. Let's utilize each of these attributes. We need to move out of the rigid rule concept. A club cannot be vibrant if you follow a set of rigid rules. Aisa hi karna hai. Boss, this is not an organization. We are not working for a company. We are here together to work and contribute for society. We need to look at flexibility. We need to look at innovation. And let's understand. See, I have been a salesperson for 10 years, 15 years. From being a regional head to a national head. Those of you who are from the corporate sector here will understand that customer is king. Let's look at every member as a customer. Every member should be an internal customer for us. Those who are there are internal customers. We need to understand if they need some skilling, if they need some training, what do we do to ensure that they have proper Rotary knowledge and they enjoy Rotary more importantly. Now when we say Rotary competitors, it is our competitor is basically understanding that people have time in the world. Let's try to utilize them and say that if you have some time in the world, come, see, join us, invite them to the club and share your Rotary story as to why did you join Rotary. I have my own story as to why I joined Rotary. And let me also share something with you in terms of why my better half and past President Janja joined Rotary. Being in Rotary for 9 years, I could not get her to join Rotary. But there was DGN Jayashree who got her to join the club and she has been enjoying Rotary for now. So sharing your story, perhaps my story was not very effective. Ensuring that there's a friendly atmosphere and groom members for leadership. We just can't say, ठीक है, आप president elect हो, आप secretary elect हो. You are the president nominee, you are the secretary nominee. Let's groom them up. Are they ready to take a leadership role? Have you taken their consent? If not, let's help them out. I think that's where, in every club, the senior members play a very important role. Thought of ending it with this particular thing. We can't run after members with a gun. ऐसा करना है, वैसे ही करना है. क्यों करेगा भाई वो? Why should they do that? We are all professionals from different fields. We need to attract. We need to attract members, engage with them. And then, in terms of identify and ask well-qualified members. Let's look at people from society who are best suited for our roles. Inform non-Rotarians who could be our prospective members. Invite prospective members with a personal visit. It's not that I send a WhatsApp message, I just call him up once. Personally visit and call them. Orient team members, induct team members, educate the Rotarian at all membership levels. I think this hall should have been much more full in terms of getting more and more members to be educated about what Rotary is all about and involve Rotarians in all aspects of the club. Thank you so much for our patient hearing.
Friends, to be an effective Rotary club in the Rotary International or in your district, 4 pillars are always necessary. 4 pillars. The first is sustain and increase your membership base. आपका जितना member है, आपका जो membership अच्छी, first sustain, then increase. It is not that you leave out many and take out, leave out 10 and bring 5. No, retain. Sustain and increase your membership base. The second, participate in meaningful service projects To be an effective club, a club should be participating in effective service project to the community. Third, participate in Rotary Foundation program, but both by financial contribution as well as project participation, like having some grants also. They should involve themselves both giving and taking in Rotary Foundation. And the last and the fourth one is develop leaders beyond the club level. Club level जो जो president है, then he should go to the district. He should rise up in the ladder. That is what an effective club should do. And that is how a club becomes a vibrant club. Nowadays, the new guidelines of Rotary International opens up a lot of avenues for you. The classification restrictions has been lifted. I would say the classification restriction number has been lifted, but the principle stays that somebody without any classification cannot join Rotary. He should have, but the 100% of one classification can also join. There are various types of models of clubs. Passport club, e-clubs, Rotary club, international club, cost-based club, interest-based club, all types of clubs. They have opened up the avenue. So you have to increase your memberships also. So with all these opportunities, your club should be a vibrant club so that the districts become also vibrant. Thank you very much, all the keynote speaker, DGN Jayashree, PP Kumar Mohanty, PP Gupta, the District Trainer. Thank you very much for your discussions and sharing the information. I think if anyone has any questions that we can discuss, because time is running short as he says. So I thank all the keynote speaker and thank you very much participant for your apt listening and responsive attitude. Thank you very much. Thank you.
We now request past President Debjani Bose to present an expression of gratitude to our keynote speakers and our session chair.
I can say in 5 avenues of service in any club, the committee that are formed that makes the decisions on behalf of the club and ensure that everything runs smoothly. District Governor nominee DGN Jayashree Mohanty has delivered it very perfectly and acknowledged us about many facts and needs about the club committees. This means that you need the right people with the right skills, right experience and lot of enthusiasm that has to be involved while taking into considerations the club committees. A very nice deliberations. I can say a committee is a group that keeps the minutes, but often it loses the hours. You do not have to choose a club, you have to inherit it, as there is a famous saying. The vibrant clubs and the discussions that roles and responsibilities of a secretary by our past district governor Dilip Patnaik, as he rightly said, a secretary and a president are the two sides of a coin. And to make a successful planning, there has to be 4 things that has to be kept into mind. As our Rotary International President has rightly said, an informed Rotarian is an involved Rotarian. Similarly, the sustainability of the membership to increase, to participate in the service projects, to give contribution to the Rotary foundations. These are just some keynote things that has to be kept in mind that when a club is formed. But I always believe a leader is a one who leads the team from the back and who always takes the responsibilities from the I to the we. With this, my gratitude to all the leaders and past district governors for an interesting session. Thank you all.
We request DG Prabhu to kindly felicitate our session chair and keynote speakers. Thank you. Now we will take a short break of 5 minutes and then convene for the next business session, New Generation.